Hi guys, Paul here. Welcome to Big Shavers and YouTubers. Good to see you today. Today I'm going to do a shave of the day with some products that I really like. First off, I'm going to be using a relatively new brush. This is the Shavemac 17323. With a D01 silver tip knot in it. I've used this about 3-4 times, and I am really enjoying this brush. It is a little bit more scrubby than your normal silver tip. It's got really great backbone, and even though it's been used about 3 or 4 times, the knot has really stayed together pretty nicely. It hasn't really bloomed out like a less dense brush would do, but it still releases lather quite nicely, and I've been really happy with this. This brush has been a real nice surprise for face lathering, so I'm going to be using that today. I'm also going to be using the Mikes Natural soap, also affectionately known as the duck fat or loon fat on the Big Shave. Just a disclaimer, no ducks or loons were killed in the production of this video. So anyways, this is the barbershop scent. This scent is really great, and I'll talk about that a little bit more. And then I'm going to be using a Gillette Aristocrat with a feather blade. This is a razor that I got from Jeff from the Big Shave, and I am quite liking it. It's a fairly mild razor, but works quite well. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply a little Prazzo pre-shave. I have just gotten out of the shower, so let's go ahead and apply a little Prazzo here real quick. This is the white, the sensitive skin white one. Still has a little bit of menthol, not as much as the green Prazzo, and doesn't smell as much of eucalyptus. This more has more of kind of a I would say almost kind of a rose or flowery scent to it, but it still has a little bit of a menthol tingle, which is kind of nice. So okay, so got that applied, and I'm liking this quite a bit. I like the green Prazzo as well, but I'm enjoying this. I use this quite a bit. So okay, let's go ahead and wet my face here, and we'll go ahead and start lathering. So what I've been doing with this Mikes soap is I'll get it wet, let it kind of soak while I'm taking a shower, and then I'll take my brush out, which I have soaking, and I'll just let it I'll just kind of shake it out a little bit, get some of the excess water out of there. But I still leave it relatively wet, and then I'll just start swirling it on the soap, and if there's any excess water, it'll just kind of run out. And I'll just keep swirling it. And what seems to work pretty well for me is if I just keep swirling this until it starts forming a fairly nice lather on the puck, and I can kind of just eyeball it until when it kind of reaches the density that I like, and then I'll go ahead and start face lathering it from there. So there you go, you can see it kind of starts forming a lather on the puck. I do have pretty hard water, so just lightly loading the brush and then going to the face with a dry brush and going from there doesn't seem to work as well for me. So, but this technique seems to work pretty good. So, all right, so I've got a kind of a nice lather there built up. I'm gonna wet my face a little bit more here, and we'll go ahead and just apply the lather, start face lathering it here. I know Michael from the Big Shave said that he was having trouble getting a rich, creamy lather with this, as compared to his beloved Queen Charlotte soap. I have both. I love the Queen Charlotte as well, but I've not had any trouble getting a nice, creamy, rich, dense lather with this. soap. It seems to lather pretty easily, and I've been really happy with the lather that it provides. It's rich, creamy, thick, seems to be fairly slick and protective, and it's been really nice. So I'm just going to add a tad bit more water to it here, just kind of thin it out a little bit. Okay, and just a little more water on the other side. So the barbershop scent reminds me a lot of the William Newman 1907. They smell very similar to me. There you go. Okay. Rinse my hands off and dump the water out of my scuttle, and I'm just going to go ahead and put the brush in the scuttle, keep it warm, and go ahead and dip my razor in some warm water, and we'll go ahead and get started. It reminds me very much of the 1907 Newman soap. I really like the scent of both of those soaps. They smell absolutely great. Kind of a little spicy, woody scent. I don't know if it has a little citrus in it as well, but it seems to have a little bit of sweetness on the nose as well. So I really have enjoyed this Aristocrat razor. It's a pretty mild razor, maybe a little bit slightly more aggressive than your Guard variety Super Speed, but that may be due to the fact that the handle's a little thicker and a little heavier. It really shaves nice. Now, for people that like a real aggressive shave, this is probably not going to be a razor that you're going to really enjoy that much. If you like kind of a milder shave from time to time, this is a good easy shaving razor. I like it, you know, kind of for everyday usage. Seems to work pretty well. It really gives a good shave, and you know, for a day's growth, seems to plow through it really nicely. Gives a nice shave without any irritation. Just a simple, easy shave. So here we go, second pass, cross grain. This feather is on its third shave, so this will be the last shave for this feather. I pretty much just use my DE blades for 3 shaves, and then that's it. I don't try and push them beyond that. They're cheap, and I've got a lot of them, so I just will use them for 3 shaves and then to the bin with them. So that seems to work out pretty good. There's very few that last less than 3 shaves. Alright. Again, there's the brush. So this brush has really nice backbone. The tips are gotta have a slight amount of prickliness or scritchiness to them, whatever you want to call it, which I like for face lathering. If you're expecting just uber soft, kind of pillowy soft tips with your silver tip, this is probably going to be a little bit more scratchy for you. But if you like to have a little bit of scritchiness to the brush, but still have really awesome backbone, this brush is is really nails for that. It works really good, and the density of it's great. I'd say the density of this is comparable to my Chubby one, which is about the same size, 24 millimeters as opposed to 23 with this one. So. Okay. So this pass across the grain on the cheeks, sorry, against the grain on the cheeks, cross the grain again on the neck, just in the opposite direction. Okay. Okay, one more pass on the neck against the grain, and then we should be done. Okay. So the feather on the third shave, I can feel the slightest amount of tugginess going against the grain here with this. So definitely I wouldn't want to push this beyond this shave. I think 3 for a feather for me is pretty much it. So, I mean, I wouldn't say it's super tuggy, but definitely you can tell it's about done. A few little touch-ups around the neck. Probably a few over here, maybe, maybe not. Yeah, just a little bit right there. Alright, pretty good. Okay, just rinse this off a little bit. Just going to wipe my face off here. So, just to summarize that, today's shave we used the Mikes Natural Barbershop scent. Really a great scent. I was really excited when I went on their site and found that was back in, and I just absolutely love the scent of that soap. It is really spot on for me. I used also my Gillette Aristocrat, which I got from Jeff from the Big Shave, loaded with a feather blade. Great, easy, mildish shaving razor. And I use my Shavemac D01 Silvertip brush. Great brush. Loving this thing for face lathering. And would highly recommend it. It is not a super cheap brush, but it's well worth the money. So anyways, if you guys want to splurge on yourself, or for a gift or something, this would be a good one. So anyways, Shavemac D01 Silvertip, and I'm going to finish this shave off with a aftershave. Also, this aftershave was recommended to me by Jeff as well. He seems to be pretty good at finding some real gems as far as aftershaves and shaving soaps and whatnot. But this is the Cirmes Sapera, and I've used this on a shave video before, but I just love it. I'm just going to add a little dollop of the 444 just to add a tad of menthol and glycerin to this. This stuff is kind of white in color, but it is very liquidy, and you do have to shake it up pretty good before you use it. So I'll just go ahead and apply that. There we go. Smells like it just lit some incense in here. Really, this is just a wonderful aftershave. Feels great on the face, nice and moisturizing, and I believe it is alcohol free as well. So there you go. That's my shave of the day, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you soon. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.